Hello, everybody, again, and welcome to my channel. So, I think I'm sitting in the right place where I'm supposed to be. I have a small lighting issue, and I can't correct that right now at the moment. But I do have a channeling that came in on November 2nd, and we were all there participating, with the energies at that time. And I was busy working, if you'd call it that, delivering this message to you. So you have asked, and with given enough time, you'll get your answer. What's funny is that I was watching a movie last night. It's called Oblivion, and in that movie, I remember a scene that just caught my attention, and also there was a song that caught my attention. And usually, you get your the answers to your questions are usually there. There's a aspect of asking for your answer, having your question answered. So in that respect, then I bring you the channeled message. I typed this one down actually, which is great. I managed to do that much. It's the perfect timing for it, and here it is. One thing I'd like to mention is that the message is itself totally dependent on how much energy you put out to receive the answer that you seek. So obviously, you wanted a message. Here's a message. Here's the response. But it's spotty at best. I couldn't get a good, clear reading of the channeling, and what they tried to do was match exactly how you wanted to receive an answer, and they tried their best through me. So you can say I'm a filter for that energy to come down and then be delivered to you. And I haven't changed anything about it, except maybe I might add a little more. Maybe not even that. I mean, it's exactly the way I've got it, just how I'm gonna say it to you. Maybe I'll repeat it twice. I'll say it again. So I saw the movie Oblivion, and then there was a scene where there's a pod that lands and crashes on Earth. Spoiler alert. And then this person comes out of a pod. It's a woman. She comes out of the pod. And then I think after they have a little conversation to figure out what's going on, they realize that the mission for them is different than what they thought it was, and what the main character told the person that landed in the pod. It's just a twist of the plot of the story. I won't ruin much, but he said, we're here to mop things up. This is just a cleanup mission, based on how the plot changes in the movie. So I won't spoil it for you. But at that point, I realized is when the whole movie started to pick up a little more pace, and you began to understand a little more of that movie after that scene, for me specifically. So they said, we're the cleanup crew. We're here to mop things up and make sure that some other thing here or there is done. So pretty much we're at the end of it. So this goes out to that one person that always thought for themselves and said, you know what, we're at the end of the process of cleaning up, and that could take years for that to happen, but this is already the signaling of the beginning of the end. And to many of us, it just seems like it's regular life going, but things are moving in the right direction. It might not seem like it, but it sure is seeming a lot like it. At least in the big picture says yes, but our daily lives, our day to day, may just seem business as usual for everybody. Here's the channeling. There isn't anything I can add, except that maybe I may not be posting so much videos at once. If I could get information to you, I will put it out, but I won't necessarily go on and post things. I did find that video that I was mentioning, and I'm not going to say anything about it. Take what you can from it, learn from it. I hate watching myself again. in a video. I wouldn't watch my own videos. I'd watch someone else's videos again and again. I wouldn't watch my own videos. No way. But I did this because if I felt it was necessary, and I'm going to keep track more of the things that matter to me specifically, keeping in mind that I may have to come back to something. So I'm going to take that as a lesson learned and just keep a small note of things as they present themselves. Here is the transmission verbatim, word for word. How is this for information? There is no rush. Begin transmission. Now these are the Pleiadians, and then the Lyrans come in last. And usually the Lyrans is where the specific question you asked for that's been, whatever it is your question was, they're trying to at best get that answer for you. So keep trying because you're doing it. Just keep going. If you unify yourself as if you think as one consciousness, if you have, if great minds think alike, let's say, the group of people that have a specific request can achieve that, right? So make your questions all within the same category, and then whenever the time comes for me to do something like this again, then it'll be done like this. But this is the good start. So these are the Pleiadians first, and I'll just tell you when Lyrans come in. So they're saying we're all connected, we're communicating at this moment. This moment, the moment of many that add to the grand all. Some will be presented with vital information. What better than growth, and what better than freedom? We greet you from the seven sisters. Consider for a moment, time is not linear. Also consider the different frequencies exist together and apart at all times. Have you felt that? Question mark. This one has wanted to write down the information, and here we are doing more because you asked more of him, and he is willing to give. Moving the obstacles, but you will place them where they need to go. It's not his task. Now you analyze this and you analyze that. How's that for a puzzle piece? Now here comes the Lyrans. Let's see. We are the Lyrans. We are the ancient Lyrans of old. This one is one of ours. Great battles we have fought in the cosmos, where thought forms like those are not found anywhere else. Here's a puzzle piece. As a collective, you are strong. Call me Anshara. I partner with a friend called Ru'ul. We are buddies. We joke and we laugh. And they say, you seek to know more about the Lyran race. A lot is out there that is correct. Lyran images are also correct. They mean if you search for that on the internet, that's how they look. Imagine for a moment that you're looking at your own reflection in a pond. The waves and the waters move, and your image isn't crystal clear. Take that as an example. And I'm going to point out two things about what they're saying, but I'm going to continue. Add to it this. If a feline from your world would look like a pond and see its image quite distorted in comparison to how you look yourself in the mirror. We don't exactly look like cats, but we do have cat-like features. Pumas, lions, and tigers. Then they were going for next questions, and they said, yes, this one is very tired. And I was tired then. Then they go on to say, he would, as he likes to say to himself, do the job and go home. I like saying that to myself sometimes. You're here to do the mission, and then you go home. You go to work, you do your job, you go home. You don't bring work to home. It's what I like saying. So we do this mission, we finish this mission, and then we're just gone. Your day is over. You work your few hours of channeling, or if you have to post a video, and your job is done. You go on and you go live life. So the two things were simple, what they were saying. The characteristics of the Lyran race as felines, they don't particularly look perfect, as if you were drawing a line on paper, right? It'll look anatomically correct in that case. Um, and the other part of what they were saying about the pond is just that, right? A pond isn't exactly a reflection of like a mirror. A pond isn't a reflection like a mirror. A mirror, you can see yourself perfectly on the other side. If you were to look at yourself at a body of water, you wouldn't necessarily see your whole face, but you know it's you. So I guess you're asking how they look. How is it that they physically look? And they refer to the internet as those kind of drawings of them that aren't perfect, but then again, that's exactly how they would look. So I was eating a let's call it a I don't know, a bagel, and it had on top sesame seeds. Paraphrasing here. I set it down on the table, and some of the sesame seeds shook off. When I picked up the bagel, the sesame seeds were on the table. They formed a shape. Now, if I could find a way to put that image on a link so you could see what I saw, then you would be looking at a lyran exactly the way preferably they would like to be looked at, not anatomically perfect. I'll figure out how I can do that. It's easy. Okay. So the Lyrans, when they're saying in the sentence I read to you, say moving the obstacles but you will place them where they need to go. It's not his task. All right. Now you analyze this and analyze that. How's that for a puzzle piece? So we're cleaning up. We're just going to be moving things in the places where they need to go, and someone else is going to have to take care of what they do to it. Is it worth keeping? Is it trash? Usually it's all trash. You throw it all away. But how you do that is not our concern. We're just pointing you in the right direction so you can do it for yourself. So humanity can remove these negative bad beings in their own way. We're just supervising. We're just supervisors. We're looking to make sure that things are going in the right direction. And they are. So I need to have you calm down about the big picture. Everything's all set. Now we just need to work at the details, which doesn't alter the ending. Okay? Well, there isn't anything else I can say. The movie was like a breath of fresh air when I saw it. There is also a phrase in that movie that caught my eye very much, and it kind of relaxed me and it soothed me in a way. And well, apparently someone isn't here on this planet, and it's too bad that they aren't around. And it's it's a sad moment, but nevertheless, we have to keep going. We have to do the work, and then we go home. So I want every one of you to have a great weekend, and thank you for watching. And keep in mind, I'll deliver as best quality as I can. I'm going to remove all the fluff. And if I have to just put in my 2 cents over any one other situation that I might come across, that just, it comes to me telepathically or in any other way, I'll address it. I'll put it in paper, and I'll just spit it out the way it's coming to me, because that's the way you need to hear it, which is what matters to me. So have a good rest of the afternoon, and thank you for watching.